And we're live. Good. I'm playing some more Ace Attorney. It's been a while, so let's get into it. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright. What? Are trials always like this with you? It's like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much, except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So this is where we turn this trial around, right? I'm only repping a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hold up, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was young, and at least. Officer Marshall. I thought I'd come take a look to see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyways? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Or we could worry about you shaving in the middle of a courtroom lobby. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now, don't that just Pete all. I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgewood's seen there too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? You don't want to know, Emma. You don't want to know. If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. Courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. There's something wrong, Mr. Edgewood. He doesn't look very happy at all. Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grand teeth, those watery eyes. Yeah, he looks rather angry. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you have all day, Emma. Well then, I believe it is time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems the prosecutor is quite beside himself. Yeah, you don't say, Judge. Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? Hello. What's with this guy? Strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Good question, Phoenix, because I have no idea who that is. Ah, it's you. Not a very talkative man, is he? Oh, now he talks. Sorry, I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, huh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy smizzy, Udgy. My boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right, very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha, you're right though. The attorney, I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime, jolly. Little Worthy. Oh. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Right then. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Style wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe on little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Got a strange looking switchblade. Chief, what kind of outfit are you winning? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If you investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? Oh. Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistake in that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge, and I'll expect a written apology. Oh, what? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you... This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you would have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. White, I won't be able to pound my gavel anymore. You know, Judge, you don't need to have, like... You can still do it. You have two hands. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Okay, let's see. Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. Yep. And this dark red stained blood. Well, you can test it to see if it's blood or something else. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police on this knife? Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. Permanent disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Why not? Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, huh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Interesting. There was a murder at the police department. A detective? That's hush-hush information. Gee, we haven't exactly announced it. You're in court, you know, it's now official on record. So yeah, it has just been announced because you just announced it. Wait a second, you said 5:15. That's exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? How did you become chief of police? No, we don't understand the police department situation. In fact, I don't think this guy even works for the police department. Well, Mr. Waite, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. This knife is special, but I can't say here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Wait a second. Aha, at last, an honest goodness objection. This knife, this has to be something with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha, an honest goodness what? You're weird, Gap. You're weird. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. 675. 6 minus 7, 12. 2. See, no, it's not minus. That's not math. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn around, what do you get? 221 SL9. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. That's the same thing that is written on this knife's tag. Maybe a case number. Order. Well, Chief. Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, right though. Huh? What game is this guy playing? I don't know, I think he's playing all kinds of games at once, and... This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't any... Knife was evidence. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, though. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't anyways to do an investigation. Detective was killed. Mess. On the same day that detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Waito. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Ooh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Where was the victim found? So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second, I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in the case that was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go on to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gantt to testify about the details. And one at the police department, that can be a coincidence. And that knife. And that knife, what was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Randall. What's your connection? The connection to the place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number and the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. That stare. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the trick, but it hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Why not? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Sounds like you're trying to hide something. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Victim's ID number. Let's do that. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. You keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189. Well, that's quite long. Well, and we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82, I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think... Meaning... It has to be where I think it is. But what does this mean? It means it's a number. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you? Take that. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murder at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, right? Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. And this means what exactly? Are you serious? Huh? Wait, the ID number we heard from the chief earlier. Are you distracted, Judge? I said it was 82. I forgot. You didn't even get the first number right again. And the number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, right? What does this really mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, detectives killed in the police department with evidence was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Sharper's attack, Widow, Sharper's attack. But what? Wait, detective is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet the detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location. Maybe a twin brother. Order, Chief. No, what I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Because people get busy, Edgeworth. Yes, it's top secret fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekins who brought you to the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wait, where have you heard that name before? Wait, ahaha. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got a report, sir. At Banner's left hand. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe, but your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name was written right on the top of the report. God, why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He didn't seem challenged, or it could be an axe. He did have a bandaged left hand. In any case, this is a serious error of gross negligence on your duty on your part, Woody. That was not happy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... That stare again. No such luck this time, Woody, or should I say... Wow! What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law, Well, Mr. White... Oh, well, it's, Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Raito over here. Good job, Waito, my boy. I was just doing my job. No. No. Edgewood ain't having a good day. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time with all those rumors. How? You were even the defendant's chair just past December. Christ, brutal. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened if it's the last thing I do. It better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. To be continued. Save progress, yep. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. White and Company Law Offices. Mr. White, so what's going on with the case anyways? I'm a little confused. Well, let's see what is going on. The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Yes, that's the mystery we were trying to solve there, Emma. As why was he in two places at the same time? Well, that's what we're going to find out, or at least try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Man, she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Oh, you never know, Phoenix. Don't be so sure, Mr. White. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go, side to 8, that's February 23rd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there, who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence, no biggie, just... Besides, my sister would never do such a thing, I know it. Yes, and we gotta prove that, though, in court. The oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says she didn't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. Just, they're both professionals at what we do and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in the oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my silence at your own peril, Mr. White. Huh, what's that grin for? The situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Emma's about to go all CSI on this. Luminol, blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's own eyes but your own, Mr. White. Just give it a try. I mean, why do I have to do it? I'm a minor, I can't even drink. We're testing blood stains with the stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh, you had an extra pair of these things? Ooh. To test for blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the X to spray it on. Okay, let's find some blood stains. Let's see. Oh, we got some here. I can see your eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a blood stain? I'd say so. It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know this is a blood stain. Okay, is there any more? Doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course? What's odd about this, scientifically? The bloodstain's location, I'd say. Because it seems like to be a bit far from the body. But there's also the amount of blood. The perpetrator, Detective Goodman, found here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean... the microphone cut out a little, because all the blood in the sole of the victim's shoe. This is pretty strange. If they fought here, they'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. White. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find the blood stain, okay? Okay. See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Ember Sky. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all the evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. And let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this spray on anything suspicious, huh? I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Mister! What a coincidence, mister! You only trust your own eyes, huh? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Yay. Thanks. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead and doesn't really get my mouth watering. Let's see here. Today's trial, you certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, mister, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. Wow. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry, you lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the event from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, mister? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hard the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They blabbed like babies, you know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I won't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouth of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the Cough Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had got food. Emma with the sass. And you were let go or fired? I felt I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It was all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL9, wait, she doesn't mean... What do you think about this? The SL9 incident is written on that knife. And on that note, Goodman was the head detective on the case, you know? Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over, not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Yeah, Goodman was the head, yep. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Yep, back when you were the Coffee Queen, right? We found this ID card here in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistake in that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you two went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, mister. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Yeah, I think you did it. Just like that time. I think you did it, Angel. You were in the area. That incident really opened my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them, disposable. Yep, you did it. I think you did it. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? Oh, on the contrary. It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort, made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. So a cover-up. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten, SL9? There was another side of that case, the hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in the fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell? There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends, how many does she have anyways? Just when all the detectives in SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie... What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes? Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Steak lunch offered for Mr. Mr. Officer Marshall is he, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister it made me jealous. And he was nice to me back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were, nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall, Let's see. See. February Police Department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. Detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Ta-da. Evidence room entrance, garage station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the garage station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. Sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing, it's hard to think straight. Well, maybe stop touching them. If you can't handle the cacti, stay in the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a garage station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Examine. Yeah, I feel sure how quickly they must be the real deal. I would think this one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. Phoenix, it's a metaphor, my dude. Looking for a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. I don't think that. I think it's to like trap someone. Once they step in it, it tightens and knocks them to the ground. You should have an active imagination. Let's just walk in. Well, because we need a key card. I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Looks like there's video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. There's a security guard uniform hanging there. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. Leather jacket, leather pants, leather... Wait, what was that called again? Punchy, pinchy? I know, a poochie. It's poncho. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. Poncho. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. See, please. Huh? Wasn't that? One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Let's take the gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Oh, don't give him those bad puppy eyes, gumshoe. Now is no time for despair. You're a criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal, you mean? You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? Yeah, I did, pal. That's why we're here, pal. On the same day, a detective was killed in the police department. Well, it was a suspect, just arrested him, in fact. That's the biggest scandal that hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation off to a running start. Let's see, so let's go to the underground parking lot. Nope, that's where we need to go, it looks like. Let's see, detention center. Still, I do feel better about things, little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down the road right now, things will just get confusing. Hello? What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I say I was the perpetrator again, sir, that's what I'd say. Hi, Green, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got a report, sir. Officer Meekin, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't... Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't... Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. So he's being framed. Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Day of the crime. You don't need to speak through the megaphone, Meekins. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Well, I would hope so. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious room in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. What the heck is this guy doing? I don't know. Venus, I don't know. So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red, I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. So you were caught looking, they knocked you out, and then you woke up in jail. Yeah, this is a big cover-up. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your right hand? Finally, someone asked. Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky. And the mystery deepens. It's another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but are you the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please be dog's eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Yes, well that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of life to other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, then why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir, none. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir. Don't you think you should just confess? We don't know if he did it though, Emma. But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do. Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, Sue. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. What did the detective look like? Next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Yes, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock, oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. Interesting. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir, that's it. That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct, that card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a little lost lamb, if you will. I don't know if Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room, and that's why you thought he looked suspicious. So I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? So I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and left at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you, my own father's words, sir. So you charged a police detective. Well, my eyes, sir, everything went right. When I woke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and that victim who he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. That's right. Could have been someone posing as the detective. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, so that's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here because someone's in on it and wants Meekins to be the fall guy. They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day At that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. If they haven't erased it yet from the security camera. The crime I swore to stamp out, it's there. It's me, it's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we better check out the crime scene. Yep. Back to... Okay. Criminal affairs. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the chief of detective's desk. That's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sure, I'm sure it's the most likely totally perfect. We checked out all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under his seat cushion, behind his computer mount, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Aha, Rachel, my boy, have you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Grant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is it Miss Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, were they? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having the top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Traito? Von Karma. Yep, I remember him. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. In court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. Wait, what? It's downright odd. I tell you, the detective been killed in a turf too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? No, no, wait, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it. Why, is it top secret? Is the FBI involved? The CIA? Unless you're trying to hide something. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. Yeah, but then you're hiding stuff and keeping a lot of secrets for someone who doesn't like them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detective's trap shut. You're hiding something. He was the one you were picking on earlier? Huh, you saw that? Whoops. Was that top secret too? I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there, that's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What, you kept something? Sure, why not? It's not a point, he didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. Huh. Where have we seen that date before? Half-written document date can only be submitted to the chief of police. Let's see. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Rito asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. That stare. No, Rito. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Rito, please, do I look like a selfish man? Kind of, yeah, I think you do. Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead and investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you here, look, you can borrow this. Well, hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, just don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now, later, folks. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because sir, we get to go in the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is bad influence on girl. See. And we have the ID card from Chief Grant. Yeah, let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha, the card reader's turned off, you see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well. What's made my Bambina skies go so gray? Officer Marshall, why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that card you got there on your chest, that's better than the sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw. Well, that's what you're standing here for. Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's waiting. Beep. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we were here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? Kind of. I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. But I'm gonna talk to you anyways. I was wondering if you could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina. But I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wild prairie. Like a gunslinger blowing his 6-shooter, I say a little prayer. The hell was that? What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about earlier, either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation part now. Yeah, after I finish pestering him. Yeah, well, you ain't gonna leave until we talk to you. Sure is bad. Okay. Evidence room. February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. White. You can't scare me. What are you doing here, Gumshoe? Whoa! Did you just slap me, Gumshoe? Sorry, I thought you were... Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I just smacked Gumshoe. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Right, oh please, you selfish man. Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead and investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50, even me? So that's what you're worried about. So that's what you were talking about? Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation of today. Just for today, boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. At least we dealing with someone we can trust, and like seeing them stabbing the PD. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. Wow. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Gumshoe? Of course, I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? The DL6? Yeah, the SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. That was the DL6. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card. Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The lock for each finger is coded with a fingerprint. So, the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to these handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the one person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Interesting. So that might explain bandaged hands. Ba-ba-ba. See. That smell reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Oh, yeah, Mr. What's this? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. It's code. Oh wait, man, being that you win, ask me if much or anything. Finally seems like he's willing to talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong, and I'm calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago... Well, it might not look good, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. Not doing his job, not his post. There's no need for people here anyways. There's newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system that you're supposed to be watching but didn't because you felt like you had more important things to do? I don't take the machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli that they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved in the record books, but smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it, anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. What? Is it like some government operation? What? Anyways, the case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the day of our case. That's right. The evidence transfers. Edgeworth was talking about the transfers too. I know that maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these with here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard, and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So this ID record... Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh. I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on the record just now. Yeah, so did I. I've seen it. Where? Where'd you see the number? Sorry, but could you explain the what this whole transfer thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever, dead. Never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated. That happened to SL9 2 days ago. Huh. That's there. His computer file is finally tennis. Let's see. Okay, I got the lost item report. Okay, see this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID card record again. 4989 something. Look, the fourth number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 514 right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room, and he wasn't alone. So I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display. Ah, yes. So you asked Detective Goodman to show you his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here came in the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa. What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What was he doing here? What? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Very good question. See. Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone because of the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent, so it wasn't a murder. A serial killing. Ooh. A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh, what do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So the switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. But why would he need that? See. Bloody handprint. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know? You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Tagged evidence from the SL9 incident, extremely thin rubber glove. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. What's this? Blood. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. White, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use a testing fluid to check it out. Good thinking. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Just keeping my options open. There's something sticking out here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence from some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here, that said. I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too. I bet he doesn't tuck in the shirt of that trench coat either. If you go and talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. So we got string. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps. Phoenix, stop picking on Gumshoe. That's apparently from the case. The case? There's a line incident, pal. See the sticker on one of those pieces here? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look. There's no job for amateurs. Why I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Let's see. Okay. Patsy. Nope. That's definitely the top, so it's not what we're looking for. Also another top piece. So it's not that. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, that's that. Nope. Nope. Okay. And this. Okay. That would be. Huh. Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like they're the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. Ba-ba-ba. Da. Okay, let's see. We got some blood here. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. Yes, that's it. That's it. He was an alien, and we solved the case. He was a secret alien trying to spy on the human race. This proves that something really happened in front of his locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Don't be like that, Gumshoe. So let's get out of here. Ba-ba-ba. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edward's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm actually missing something. But there's no one at... she's not here. So that's not... No reason to be here yet, I guess. Okay, I guess I'm stuck. I'm trying to figure out what to do now. It says I'm supposed to go to Edgewood's office, but he's not there, so... Nope, Mr. Edgeworth, but... If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. That's fine. Your best friend, pal. The only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither wild nor westy. But this and this are two different things entirely. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. The sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence, but the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. How about this? Nope, nothing. Let's try... John took two stabs here after opening his locker. At the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Okay, I'm officially stuck and trying to look at the walkthrough and just not being helpful. Can't go to Edgewood's office because he's not there. No, that's not where I want to go. Huh. I'm gonna have to look this up because I'm having trouble with this. What? What? Just hold on. Case 5, day what? Day 2. Yep, day 2. Okay, so this no, but thanks, you didn't even look at it. We must have to brew the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. You prefuse leaves through steam before brewing. I knew it, so that's the secret to the exquisite. See. Okay, so still not there. I think I missed this section, so we're heading back this way. Court record. What? What's the matter, Tito? This locker is mine. It's yours. Please, you have to help me when they come to take me away. Perhaps you'll test whether I wouldn't have a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down in the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Yep, So, of course I missed that. Let's try... Let's see if he's there now. Nope. It's getting annoying. Can't seem to figure this one out. Okay, okay, No, I don't want that. Okay, well, I get a reaction here. There's no reason for the murderer to touch the spot if you fled up the door. We don't test the floor. I was by it by mail order. So Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be ran out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. Might help you, you know. Okay. You mean the note written on the back of the flyer? The one that says nothing about no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Okay, so we finally got that solved. High Prosecutor's Office, room. I guess my apologies. Oh, it's you. Haven't met... Huh. Mr. Edgeworth, I beg you'll leave so long. It's Edgeworth here. They are standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the District Prosecutor's Office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why I ask you why? Because Gant is hiding something and he doesn't want you finding it. That's right. All along I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, well, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Okay. Oh, wait, I'd better check this now. And they were saying what's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. Well, I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief was never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make note of it. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with this current case. You don't know that for sure. I know you probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You're the man who have revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Grant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then, huh? He was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you got nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why I was a deputy chief of police on the investigation. Because he probably inserted himself and made sure that no one could do anything about it. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I had let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won a guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I'll do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister what? If you were still studying forensic science. Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, huh? Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me, are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? See, well, let's get going. One last investigation, right? Move back to the evidence room. Investigations turning up a suspicious handprint. Here in this blood on the evidence detective's evidence locker. Well, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger. Let's see, index finger. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. I'm starting to get that speckle in eyes. First we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. How do you do that? With the X button, see? It looks like that. That did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do I do that? With the cyanide, no. Might take some getting used to though. Okay, I guess I better give it a try. Dust and blow. Okay. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, let's move on to a different finger. Okay. Let's try. Dust. Okay. Let's try the thumb. Ba-ba-ba. Huh. Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba. You found one. Okay, but this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, come down, that's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations, but it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Yeah, I see that. Let's see. Aha, what do we have here? Let's see. Ba-ba-ba. Yeah, your print's so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyways, this print looks took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point at the person who you think left those prints. I can make a pretty good guess. Let's see. Match found. So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this, so what? Look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll the punches, Mr. Wright. Yep, let's check it out. Let's see. Okay, let's try using this. Yep. That's spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, wait. So that means no prints. Would you say that probability is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Let's see. Yep, check for prints, but how do we do that? Okay, let's try a different finger then. Okay. Compare. Okay, so that's not it. Ta-da. Match found. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints are added to the court record. That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in that crime that we know of. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood, and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation finally turned up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. To be continued. So let's save. And let's see. And we'll end it here for the day. Let's see who we can raid out to. Let's see who else is playing the Phoenix Wright at the moment. I see fewer people. Let's see. I know who we can read out to. Looks like he's doing a collab with other people dubbing it. Dubbing Phoenix Wright, so let's go pay her a visit. This new person. Zarethia. He's playing Phoenix Wright as well, and tomorrow I'll be playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey some more, so thank you all for coming, and I'll see you all later as we read this new person. Da-da.